I know this feeling. It literally just hit me when I was 39 and I was just on the brink, right, of turning 40. And I started to get these feelings of discontentment inside and frustration and just dissatisfaction. It was like 1 minute, everything was fine. Everything was great. I was happy. I was feeling fulfilled. And then the next minute, everything wasn't. And I'm starting to feel that again. But here's the thing, if you've been watching me for some time, you know that I am an avid journaler. I am 2 months in to this journal. And if I had not been journaling elsewhere, I'm also doing a consecration. So I'm journaling in something else. But if I had not been doing this elsewhere, I probably would have finished this book. This year has started off with so much insight, so much revelation, so much connecting the dots, that moments like this where I feel the same feelings that I felt before don't make me feel defeated, right? It doesn't make me feel discouraged because I now have a perspective where I'm like, I see what happened to me 10 years ago, because 10 years ago I was journaling not as consistently as I do now, and not as intentionally as I do now. But 10 years ago, I can go back and I can look at what I wrote and I can look at where my mind was and I can see what I need in this season. As now that I'm 49, going into 50, I can see what this season requires me to do and who this season requires me to become. And I cannot express to you the reassurance and the peace that that gives me. Does this mean that I have it all worked out, that I have every single plan in place for what I'm going to do in this new season of my life? No. But what it does tell me is that I can get through it because I got through the last season. And I'm not looking at it from this state of, this hope. Like we kind of just throw hope in the air and we're like, well, I made it through the last time, I'll make it through this time. No, I have documented evidence of where my mind was, where my heart was, what happened in my life in the last decade. And this is why journaling is so essential. Journaling will bring you back to center. It is a great way to focus in on hope. It is a great way to document your prayers. It is a great way to document your victories. It's a great way to work things out in real time. Sometimes you don't have anyone to talk to. You don't have anyone who understands what it is that you're going through. And sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes it is something that is so deeply personal and so intimate that you need to have that conversation with yourself. You can't share everything with someone. And I think sometimes we put the pressure on other people to be for us what we need to be for ourselves. And we also put pressure on other people to be for us who we need God to be. So remember the 3 daily appointments that I talk about: an appointment with God, an appointment with yourself, and your appointment with others. My planner is behind me. My appointments with others sit in my planner. My appointment with myself does, my appointment with God does. I schedule these things because it's important to me. And it's the first thing I write in my planner because those are non-negotiable. I cannot show up and do all the things if I haven't shown up to God and if I'm not showing up for myself. And if the last 10 years has taught me nothing else, it has taught me that I have to show up for myself. And when I show up for myself, I am the most compassionate, wise, and responsible woman that I can be. The thing is that does not always look that way to others. But I've spent enough time in prayer. I've spent enough time with myself. I've spent enough time with mentors who are speaking life into me, who are correcting me. We have to be open to correction. If we are open to success, we have to be open to correction. I have spent enough time to see what I need to see, and not just see the goal, but to see my soul, because it is not worth it. It is not worth it to check the box. It is not worth it to hold the prize if you lose your soul. And what is your soul? Your soul is your emotions. Your soul is your mind. Your soul is your desires. If you lose sight of those things while you're chasing that goal, you have lost yourself. And it's worth it to stop and find your soul again. No goal is worth you losing yourself. We have been taught to sacrifice, but sacrifice is seasonal and it's specific. This is a month of sacrifice for me. But I know that when February is over, the habits and the routines that I have in this month are not going to follow me into next month because they're not sustainable. There are aspects of what I'm doing this month that will follow me, and that's strategic. But everything I'm doing, the hours that I wake up in the morning, the level of study and reading that I'm doing, it's not sustainable. And I know that, and I've decided that ahead of time. So there are things that I'm doing now that I know that I'm not going to continue. And therefore, the sacrifice now, it's not a burden because I know that this is temporary. This is a season and this is going to pass. And that there are going to be excellent results from this season of my life, from the investments that I put in right now. So if you are feeling resentful, if you are feeling like it's too much, it's just too much pressure, it's just too much responsibility, too much whatever the goal is that you are working towards, stop and ask yourself why you're doing it. Stop and ask yourself if the sacrifice is feeding your ego, because sometimes we do that. We sacrifice so that we could say, oh, look at me, look how noble I am, look how loving I am. You know, I'm giving up this for this person, or I'm giving up this for this particular goal. We have to have those honest questions with ourselves. Because if we don't, the vision becomes a lie. And not only are you lying to yourself, but you're chasing a lie. What does that do to your soul? So yes, you might have put, and I have my vision boards behind me, you might have put on your vision boards that you want to lose weight, or you want to buy a house, or you want to go back to school, or you want to improve your relationships. And all these things sound good. But why are you doing it? What is the driving force behind it? Is it based in faith or is it based in fear? Because guess what? Either way, you can achieve the goal, but your soul will not be the same. So you have to know the difference. I hope this helps. Blessings on your journey. I'll talk to you soon.